Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ricky, race director for Kaniksu Ultras. First off, I hope that all of you are safe and being healthy and doing everything that you absolutely need to do to stay in shape. I know that's super difficult. Um, yeah, you guys saw the announcement that we made a couple days ago, and I'm really super bummed. The board is really bummed about it. It's probably one of the only events that I really look forward to every year, just because it brings so many people together as part of our Kaniksu community. But yeah, I'm super bummed. If you haven't heard, we had to cancel the Kaniksu 50 race for a lot of reasons, but primarily, obviously, COVID is one of the big piece behind this whole thing. Lots of races are canceling. We tried to hold out just to kind of see what would happen with the stay-at-home orders in Washington and with the extensions happening until May 31st, and a lot of things starting to fall into play logistically for Kaniksu 50 right now. We just felt like there would be no way we'd be able to potentially pull it off with that quick of a lifting, as well as applying for permits and trying to just get the ball rolling within just a few weeks. Usually Kaniksu 50 is about 2 to 3 months of really heavy logistical planning before we start to do it. And we were planning all the way up until this point. But yeah, Kaniksu 50, it really bums me out. I'm gonna miss all you guys. I know the board is going to miss you, the Corwin family, and everybody that was going to be out there this run. It's kind of a disappointment. But on the plus side, something that I think that has come out of all race communities, whether it's large or small, is the ability to virtually do some kind of event and still continue to, for us specifically, it's continue to raise money for a good cause, but also, to bring the community together and just show how strong we are as a community, and uplifting each other in some kind of challenge. And so in good, typical Kaniksu Ultra fashion, we've crafted what we believe is a really cool, unique event. It's a virtual event that'll take place. And essentially, basically what you have is you have from the 13th of May or 13th of June until the 13th of July at 11:59 p.m. on July to accomplish the certain distances. You can choose an 18-mile, a 32-mile, a 50-miler, and you can choose potentially two SERE challenges that are going to be put out. That one of them is what we call the SERE Mile, which is actually a 100-mile distance, but you have 96 hours to complete those 100 miles. And then the other SERE challenge that we have is what we're calling the late arrival challenge, which is kind of an ode to the late arrival evaders that took place back in World War II, where they essentially self-rescued from, escaped out of multiple different places and locations and basically got back to their base. And that's a 200-mile distance. And for that one, you actually have 4 weeks to complete all of the events. You have an 18-mile one week, a 32-mile then following week, or whenever you want to mix it up. You have a 50-mile, then you have the 100-mile in 96 hours to complete, and that's what we're calling the late arrivals. So we think that it's a super cool thing. I just want to kind of announce it right now officially what we're doing. We're going to be roughly about a month out from this particular event. Like I said, it's virtual, so you pick your own route. You do everything that you want to do to prepare for this kind of race. You could potentially even go out onto the Kaniksu 50 course and go from there. The other cool thing about this is that we are the 50-miler and the SERE Mile, which is 100 miles in 96 hours or less, can be done in a team format. So you can have 2 people relay, or you can have a 5-person relay. And that's for ruckers. So it's still keeping with the traditional Emory Corwin Memorial Ruck Race, except we're doing it virtually. And you don't even have to be in the same town to do that. Be creative in how you actually do a baton pass. Get on Facebook Live and pass baton with somebody else that you're on the other end with. You can be in multiple countries. You could be in multiple states. It doesn't even matter. All you need to do is come up with a way of how you're going to relay that, and you're going to go from there. the reason why we're doing this, and something that the board and I feel pretty passionate about, is we've been raising money, obviously, for the SERE Association, as well as being able to provide our own funding in the event that somebody needs support. But one of the bigger projects that have come to light over the last couple of years is trying to create a SERE memorial that memorializes all of these individuals that had passed in the line of duty, SERE specialists that had passed in the line of duty, in one location, and that's going to be at Fairchild Air Force Base. Right now there's plans in place, and the SERE community is creating a memorial that helps basically centralizes this piece. And so it's a pretty hefty project. There's definitely a fairly decent amount of funds that need to be raised. And this event would be the first event that we would start dedicating all of our proceeds towards that particular effort. So basically the way it works is every event is $50 a person. It doesn't matter whether you're doing 200 or you're doing 18 miles in that 4-week time frame. The idea here is that $50, part of that money, aside from the t-shirt, the event t-shirt, and the medal, the rest of it is going to go, we're donating time, we're donating everything. The rest of it's going to go to the SERE Memorial. So we're really hoping that you all can spread the word and get that out there, and make this event a pretty awesome event over June and July. If you're on a ruck team, the ruck team is basically set up the same way, and I'll show you the website here that we've created for the event. But basically it's $50 a person. You can sign up. One person can sign up the entire team and all 5 or 2 to 5 members, or each member can go in and sign up, and then you essentially look for the ruck team. So you're going to want to have your team captain sign up first, and then after your team captain signs up, then everybody else can sign up and search for that ruck team. For everybody else, you're just going to go through the same process. It's a wizard. It's super easy. We're using Run Sign Up. The event name is SERE Endurance Challenge. And like I said before, it's $50 for each event that's in place. Timing, the way that this is going to work is basically the moment that you start your first run to the end of the last mile is going to be your overall time. So if your race took you 2 days, 10 hours, and 0 seconds, you would actually have 48 for your days plus 10, 58 hours would be your total amount of time that it took you to complete that. So you don't have to run this in one continuous state. You could actually take that 50 miles and break it down over the 4 weeks. All that we ask is that you document your time of when you started your first run and the time of when you started your second, or when you ended the very last mile of the total run. And that would be your total time. With Run Sign Up, it's super easy for you to go in there and actually input your time. And then we are going to verify that. And we'll send out several emails throughout the event to help you out with that. The other thing that's part of this event that I think is super cool too is the ability to actually do a personal contribution. If you feel the need and you would like to provide a personal contribution, we can collect that and provide you with the tax-deductible receipt for the donation. And once again, I know that it's in a really tough time. I know that everybody is signing up for different virtual races here and there, all raising money for different kinds of things. And I really appreciate it if you really helped us out in this sense and bringing the community together for a really good cause. And I can't thank you all enough. You've been with us since 2014, since when we first did this. Every year I look forward to seeing all kinds of folks, and I know Austin and the rest of the board do as well. But once again, I just wanted to say thank you very much for helping us and supporting us and even being there for us all the way up to the last minute. I know some of you got super antsy and wanted to know what was going on, and we were being really patient and working with Rick Hall, who is our forest liaison, and just trying to make the best call that we possibly could for everybody as a whole. And the last thing that I would want to do is create something and then all of a sudden, a flare-up happens and it's due to our event or, something along those lines. With that said, though, we are also part of a larger coalition right now where we're trying to work with the governor to hopefully potentially get a lot of our ultra races and our trail races into the phase 2 plan. Right now, I think we're in phase 4, phase 3, which with indefinite dates, we have no idea what that would be. And that could hurt a lot of companies that are relying on races like ours, you know, to make a living off of. I'm grateful that ours is primarily a fundraiser, but I do know a lot of race directors that are doing this to try to keep their businesses alive. So I appreciate everything that you guys do for the racing community. And please, you know, if you feel like you would want to come in, participate in our event, put it all over social media. That's what this is about. And if you don't participate, definitely share the word. What I want to do right now is just kind of go into the website that we're using so you have an idea of what to do for registration. Super easy, super simple, but at least this gives you an idea of what it looks like. So let me just pull this up here real quick. On the screen, you guys are seeing the website, what it looks like. You're essentially going to go to the Run Sign Up site. You're going to search for the SERE Endurance Challenge. I'll put the link here at the bottom of this Facebook feed. But the SERE Endurance Challenge, you'll come up to this landing page. You want to check out some race information. You'll just come here, hit the race information, and immediately you'll start to see the events. Like I said, every event is $50 across the board. It doesn't matter what you do. Every event is getting some kind of finisher's medal as well as a t-shirt, an event t-shirt. They're super cool. The logo that you're seeing that we're using is pretty awesome. It's up on the upper left-hand corner. Those would be all over the race medals as well as our shirts. If you want to sign up for a 18-miler or any of the other, for individuals, if you want to sign up for a race, you have the option of 18, 32, 50, the SERE mile, which you have to complete 100 miles in 96 hours, or the late arrivals challenge, which means that you have 4 weeks to complete all 4 events. And it doesn't matter which combination that you do. You could do the 50-miler on the first week. You could do a 32-mile week the second week, do an 18 on the third, and do the SERE mile challenge on your 4th week. And that would give you your late arrivals piece. And the timing for that is your first start, the start of your first run, to the end time of the time of day and the date of when you did the last mile. That's for the late arrivals challenge. For ruck teams, you have the option of doing a 50-mile ruck relay as well as a 100-mile ruck relay. And that 100-mile, because it is a SERE mile challenge, you have to do 100 miles within 96 hours. And you don't have to be in the same city. You could actually be in multiple locations. Just come super crafty with how you deal with the baton handoffs and things like that. Ruck weights and everything like that are down in the description here. You guys can take a look at this and go through and basically get some information there as well. You know, with anything, feel free to reach out to us on email, contact us, or whatever it may be. But signing up is super simple. You know, once you get in and you log in, if you're not a registrant, you just go in, you create a quick little profile, and you're in. It's super easy. Once you're there, you're just going to come here, you're going to register, you're going to click on whatever distance you want to do. You'll come down to continue. It'll ask you to sign the waiver. You sign your waiver. And then there's some t-shirt options. There's also going to be some additional swag and things like that. You know, you can come in and select whatever size that you're looking for. This particular question is specific to the size for your event. Every registration fee, you get a t-shirt for it as well. So you will get asked if you want additional t-shirts or a hoodie, that you'll get asked in the very end. But it's a super simple wizard to go to in order to register as an individual. For relay teams, you have a couple more steps. Let's say that you are the team captain and you want to join the 50-mile ruck relay. You're going to come over to here. You're going to sign up for the 50-mile ruck relay. You're going to select the 50-mile ruck relay, make sure that that's on, and you can start adding registrants right here. So as a team captain, you can actually sign up your entire team. Or you can just check out yourself, and then as your team goes in and registers, all they have to do is search for your ruck name. When you come in here, you'll select the waiver agreement, or if you're doing all 5 members or 2 members, you'll hit the waiver agreement for all of the individuals. you'll click this. This is the field where you actually go in and you create a new ruck team. So you'll come in here, you'll make a ruck team name, you know, whatever it is. Summer classes are the best. That becomes your name. If you want to set a password, you can. You'll click continue. Oh yeah, we have to register more than one. It's not a big deal, but you guys get the flow of this. So what you can do is with ruck teams, when you sign up as a team captain, you can sign everybody up, or you just sign up a minimum of 2 people, then create the ruck team name and have everybody else come in and sign up and register. And when they go through their registration, all they're going to do is search for the ruck name, the ruck team name, and that's it. You know, like I said before, it's actually a really super easy, clean, crisp website. You'll see as ruck relay teams start to sign up, you can search for them and you can find the team names here for the 50 miler, for the SERE mile, which is the 100 miles in 96 hours. You'll have the ability to sign up, register here, or find the ruck teams through here and register specifically to them. You can find different participants, that kind of deal. You'll be asked when you go and you check out whether you want to register and do a donation or not. Again, it's up to you if you want to do a personal contribution to the SERE Memorial as well. We'll take and provide you with donation receipts after we get your registration. We'll also, like I said before, all of these proceeds minus the expenses for the t-shirts and the medals is going to this one big event. So what we're hoping is that with what we put together, as well as any kind of personal contributions, we can raise a fairly significant amount of money to help with the SERE Memorial. Results are put in play here as well. When you go to the results, you can come in here and just submit your virtual results. It'll ask you how to do it. It'll even actually send you out an email too, where there's a conversion calculator that can help you convert, especially if you're doing it over multiple days. Remember, this whole thing is designed around being able to just do just 50 miles in 1 week. You don't have to do it necessarily in one shot. You could just do it in 1 week. So ideally, that's what we're looking to do. All right, that's really it. I just wanted to put this out. I wanted to mainly just announce the SERE Endurance Challenge. It's going to be in lieu of the K50. If any of you that were registered for the K50 as well as the Emory Cornwell Memorial Ruck Race, you have the ability to take your entry fees and divert it to this race. And I sent out an email. It shows a bunch of that stuff. It explains everything through on how the different options. But if you have a very specific question, or if you have something that you may want to do, whether it's just donate everything as a whole, don't worry. Just feel free to reach out to us at kaniksuultra@gmail.com, and we'll take a look at it. We're looking at every case on a case-by-case basis. We know that you guys signed terms and conditions that shows that it's a no refund, but we're offering a lot of different options. So if one of the options don't meet your needs, definitely reach out to us and let us know, and we can figure something out. But anyways, I hope all of you are doing great. Here in Phoenix, it's getting super hot, but you know, as we start to do this, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to try to do the SERE mile or maybe the late arrivals. We'll see. I haven't been really running that much, but you know, since we have a week to do each of these distances, I think I might be able to maybe potentially swing something. But again, good luck to everybody. One last thing, on June 13th, we're doing the same traditional kickoff, except we're doing it virtually. So the SERE Memorial that we do at the very beginning of our race, where we call out all of the names of the SERE specialist that has passed away, and then we do our special ceremony where we do a bunch of elk bugling for each one of them. We're doing the same thing, except it'll be same time, Saturday, 6/12 is when we'll kick off the event. We're going to do it on Zoom. And if you want to help us or you want to get involved with that, feel free to do that. If not, we'll post the link so you have the ability to go and check it out when you need to. But that's going to be live at 6/12. All right. Talk to y'all later.